Yeah, yeah, you already know.
Where hip hop
I
supposedly
we
started at.
back. Huh? What you said?
Where hip hop supposedly started at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? We gonna have a conversation about that because somebody else brought that up today to me.
Yeah. Hey, hey, Cass. Let me ask you: do you feel like Philly get the props that y'all deserve when it come to like developing that battle rap culture? Because I remember niggas in Philly battling a little bit earlier than New York niggas.
I can't say that, but um, I think it all was around the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody was part of the culture doing their thing at around the same time.
Mhm.
But um, there was more outlets in New York first. Like, you know, the outlets, the record labels, the people with relationships developed first in New York. So
Right.
opportunities in New York. So, you know what I
That's the
mean?
money capital.
It was people
Right.
doing it in other places, but they wasn't getting recognition. Nobody was aware that they was doing it at that time. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
So
hip hop strong, man. It was all around the world, and it's still all around the world. It's gonna stay all around the world. It's the biggest music in the world now. They thought
Right.
it was gonna be a fad. It was
yeah,
gonna come and go. They thought it was just some bullshit that was just like, it's like a little publicity stunt. Niggas gonna like it
Hmm.
momentarily, then it's gonna fade away. Now it's the
Right.
right,
music
Like
and
rock and roll.
the big, but
right.
it's bigger than rock and roll now. If you look at on all the streaming platforms, the
Yeah.
biggest form of music that's streaming and getting
Hip
bought right
hop.
now is hip hop.
Yep.
That's true. And you know what's crazy? The UK is the biggest hip hop powerhouse. Like you would think it'd be New York because technically, like he said, we supposedly started, but the UK be on it, on
Right.
it hard.
Yeah, I think the UK timeline is different. So um
Hmm.
we was familiar with hip hop a little earlier, like, and we was able to soak in the culture a little bit earlier. I think they became fans a little later, so they still more into the culture. They ain't let the business and the manipulation crowd their mind.
Set in. Right.
So
Yeah,
they more like how Americans was in the 80s or the early 90s, like
More
still
pure. More pure.
yeah,
worked out, not affected by the business. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I think that's the reason why you feel a different type of energy, not just in the UK, but a lot of places in out of the country and different continents. They more like old school hip hop American fans. And you know what I'm saying? They're more locked into the culture and appreciate the culture a little bit more.
Right. So what's the most difficult part about dealing with the industry? You with having so many years in it, what's the most difficult part for you?
Um, the most difficult part is, I would say, um, doing business in this crooked business, man. Like, you know what I mean? On the culture side, nothing is difficult. I love to do everything that got to do
Right.
with the culture and the creative side. But as far as the
Okay.
business, that's where it could get difficult. Not just because, first of all, it's just hard to learn the business. It's a difficult business to learn. So
Hmm.
it's not just like one book or one class you could take. Like you really gotta go,
Experience it.
yeah, not everything, but a lot of things in this business to really be a vet and learn and be like really shaking and moving. So it's a difficult business to learn, number one. And then it's a lot of shiesty people in it. Actually, the shiestiest people in the world is in the hip hop industry.
Yeah, devil's
mhm,
playground.
yeah,
Everybody don't got your best interest. And now, since because it's a big business, everybody in the business is not a part of the culture. Just
Right.
like any business, like it's some people that own NBA teams that don't know nothing about basketball. They
Never
yeah,
shot a ball.
not even that. They just not even fans of basketball at all. They just know that it's a big business and they can make money. So they
Right.
might got a partner, like an example, like the owner of the Chicago Bulls. Like he wasn't a fan of basketball, but he had a
Hmm.
homie that was. So he like, all right, I'll put the money up and you go do your thing and show me who nice and we get this together. You know what I'm saying? And that's how
Right.
people do business in all type of businesses. So in hip hop, it's a lot of people like that. Like I'm willing to invest money you go get the people, you tell me what's going to work and what's going to happen. I just invest the money and we move forward. But it's
Right.
going to be hard for them people that don't know nothing about the culture to make the best decisions for the culture. They just going to make the best decisions for their money and the money they invest in it for the business, not the culture. So
Culture vultures.
trying to split that up because I'm strictly for the culture. That's the reason why I wanted the rap. Before I was even interested in making a dollar off rap, before I even had bills or even knew what a bill was, I wanted to be a rapper. So I wanted to do it for different reasons, but a lot of people just do it because they just want a bag.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. I
So
agree.
so knowing that you're dealing with people like that and trying to deal with people like that in the business, and that's the most difficult part. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So we got a question from you from the audience. From Bernard. He said, "What made you go into battle rap? The vibe of battle rap is different than what you did with Freeway and the records you have done with Swiss."
Um, I am battle rap. I started battle rap. The battle with me and Freeway is what uh put the energy out there for all these battle leagues to start. If you
Hmm.
realize around that time when I was battling, well, the Freeway battle was like one of my last battles. But
Classic.
around the time when I was battling like that, it was no battle leagues. Nobody was making money off battle rap. It was really just like a platform to try to get a deal with, try to get more known.
Y'all was pulling up on people in the
So,
studio. What's up?
so we
Right.
made that popular. Like in the me and Freeway battle, like went viral before people even knew what viral was,
Right,
but even social media and all that stuff existed. It was
right.
like crazy on the streets, and that's what encouraged everybody to want to start getting more lyrical and get in battle mode if you was a rapper, and it
Hmm.
encouraged the check cutters and the people that's behind battle rap now to know that there's money in it, to know that it's a big business, to know that it could grow and we could turn this into something if we keep pushing. And now
Right.
you see that it's huge now. Well, it's way more bigger than it was
Yeah,
at that time because
yeah.
people kept pushing and knowing that it was energy in it. But in order to see that, the Freeway battle with me and Freeway had to exist for them to be able to see what it could do. You know,
Right.
so as far as battle rap, I started it, and then after that, the whole time I've been just talking crazy to battle rappers and industry rappers. I always been competitive and just talking bars and figurative language, metaphor, similes. I always been talking that talk since the beginning of time. And
Right, right,
stop battle rapping. It's just I knew how much I was worth and how much of a value I was to battle rap. So I said I wasn't coming back until they got me a certain check. So once
right.
the money that I was asking for, you know what I mean? I told them I wasn't coming back until I at least got $250,000. So the first battle that I came back to do that with was Disaster because they offered me
Hmm.
that amount of money. You know what I mean? But I knew the industry had to grow. They had to make it bigger to be able to get that type of money. But I knew that it was possible. So that's why I told them I wasn't coming back until I was able to get that money because I knew that that was going to happen.
You knew
So
your
when
worth.
battle rap, thinking about battling or even knowing that battle rap even existed, I already knew that it was going to grow to the space to where you was going to be able to give people millions of dollars at one point. I knew it was going to get that big. I believed in it that much. So that's the reason why I feel like I run battle rap and I am battle rap. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And the reason why I wanted to come back is because I've been doing it for so long. It's hard to stay motivated to continue to keep doing it on the same level you was doing it at when you was a teenager. So that's
Hmm.
why I wanted to get back with the dudes that think that they are spitting bars and putting lyrics together. So it can make me hungry again. And you know what I'm saying? Um, ever since I started battling, I've been back in a different bag. I've been aging backwards. I've been feeling young again and hungry and inspired to want to rap again. So it was all for a purpose.
Cool. You got your spark back.
So since we're talking about battle rap, let me ask you about the battle with you and Arsonal. Can you tell us about that whole experience and how that came about?
Um, it came about because Smacking them said that they had a bag for me. Like when they set it up for me to battle, I tell the battle leagues to pick whoever they want. So
Right.
they decided to pick Arsenal. It wasn't like I picked them or you know what I mean. We had any type of situation. They decided to pick them, and that's how it went down. The same way with Goods and the same way with Disaster. I let the leagues pick them. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. Well, what you got going on next? Like, are you gonna give us some more music, or you gonna hit us with another
Right.
big battle?
Yeah, I just recently dropped a project not too long ago called Numbers.
Okay. Okay.
It's 14 songs on that project. Then for the next 14 days after I dropped it, I dropped a single every day. So it was 28 records altogether. And like ever since then, I've been dropping singles damn near every week. I just released 11 new singles that's produced by myself. There's records off this new project that I'm putting out called Bars and Beats. I'm gonna produce
Okay.
100% of it and I'm gonna write 100% of it. So on all platforms, I got like 11 new singles out that I produced on top of that project that I told you about and other mixtapes, Banana Clips, Volume 1, Volume 2. Um, I've been releasing a lot of music. I mean, I'm out working anybody. And I've been even dropping a lot of freestyles on social media during
I've been
quarantine.
seeing them. I've been
Running
seeing them.
down. Yeah, so you know what I mean, just feeding the streets like that. But I'm always cooking. And I got another new project. This Bars is Back project. It should be done. I got like one more session left and then it'll be done. You know what I mean?
Dope.
So I'm dropping a lot of projects this year. I got artists like Reggae Ratchet and a lot of other artists that's now with Mayhem Music that's coming with projects this year too. They a couple records away from being finished. So I'm working.
That's a good thing. So let me ask you this: how has quarantine life been treating you?
I pretty much always be quarantined. I like to separate myself from germ niggas anyway. So
Right.
I ain't really doing too much different now. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're not able to go touring or do shows. You know what I mean? And a lot of artists is affected by that. But
Right.
you know what I mean? I've been independent for the last 15 years. So I figured out different ways to generate income other than like a normal signed artist. So
Right.
I'm pretty much comfortable. I'm more creative. Um, I'm definitely in a creative space. So I'm working hard. I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel good. I'm happy. I'm excited. Um, Actually, I think this lockdown and the things that's happening now is actually a blessing. A lot of
I
people
do too.
from it, and a lot of things gonna change. What seemed like it's a bad thing at the time, sometimes turn out to be the best thing that could happen for you. And I
Very
know
true.
because I done been through things like that, like nearly fatal accidents or almost getting life in jail with a death penalty, and knowing like being faced with like crazy situations, but really
Hmm.
it'd be a blessing. So while you going through it, it's like the worst thing that you could possibly be going through. But now that I'm talking to y'all now and I overcame that, you be happy
Hmm.
that you went through it, and it's a blessing because it puts you in the place you need to be to move forward. So that's how I feel during quarantine.
I know that's
Right.
right.
Okay. I got a quick question. After you did Freeway like that, did he have a problem with you? Cause you ate him up, dog. Like for real. Like I don't want to harp back on that classic battle, but I was a fan of that battle. And like, did
Um,
he? You know what I'm saying? Did he take that personal?
um, I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, it was a big situation, but Freeway
Yeah.
wasn't even aware of what was about to happen. Actually, um, it's not like nowadays where he knew that he was going to battle me and he had time to set it up and he had
Hmm.
time to prepare or study me. He had no idea he was coming in there to battle me or what was going to go on. You know what I mean? He
He
just got called to the studio. And once you
he
step into the studio, everybody like, yo, let's battle right then and there. It's like you don't got no time to prepare. You don't even know what you about to face. So
he probably had used up all his verses with that Hot 97 freestyle they did a couple nights before.
nah, that was the same
Mm-hmm.
night. That was
On the
actually
same night.
yeah, I heard
Wow.
him on the radio. That's why that happened like that. So um yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Freeway dope. He just wasn't prepared for that
Oh yeah.
situation. Like, you know what I mean? He had a
Very
um,
dope.
he had a machine behind him, so he wasn't really like in battle mode where he had his clip filled, ready to just do what I was ready to do at the time. So, you
You was
know,
with Swiss at the time, right?
yeah, I was with Swiss and he was with Rockefeller.
Right, right, right.
So not to go back to this Arsenal battle, but this has been like a hot question that a lot of people wanted to be asked. Arsenal had did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and it was an in particular comment that he made, basically saying that you were a promo tactic when the league know they can bank off you.
Not to mean to cut you off, but the only reason why I do like Arsenal would get to go on the Breakfast Club is because I gave them a situation. Like I be giving these niggas blessings and favors and be making their dream come true. Like
Mm-hmm.
they dream is to battle me. Like that's the highest you can go. Like so that'd be like a dream come true for them, and that's why they be getting opportunities to go on the Breakfast Club and do things like that. Like if he don't ever get a situation with me or something close to that, you'll never see him in that situation again because you're not interested enough. It's not like they interested in his career. They just wanted to see what he would have to say about me because I'm so buzzy. I'm so lit. So they want to see you talk something about me because they
Right.
had to generate some type of attention.
Yeah, the Breakfast Club is a big platform, and
It
you've been on there
is.
numerous times, numerous times. So yeah,
Yeah, but all of these battle rappers, they get the opportunity to go on big platforms like around the time when they battling me. That's when it's
hmm
like the
Mm-hmm.
highlight of what they got going on. But they don't really capitalize off of those things. So right after that, you don't hear about them no more. It's like, you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
right.
True. There's a question real quick from one of the audience. Mr. Demetrius Filson. He said, if your name was to pop up to do on the Versus app that's been going on since quarantine, who would you go against?
Um, the Versus app is just like fun to me. It's just like a game to me. Like they just playing records and having fun and complimenting each other. That's not really like a battle. It's not really too
Competition. Yeah.
competitive for me. We already know the
Yeah.
songs that they gonna play. It's not like they doing nothing new or gotta work at nothing new. All they gotta do is just play what they already did. So it's good for the fans to refresh people' memory to let you know like the work that certain artists put in. It's
hmm
entertaining, it's good, but you know what I mean? I don't think it's like a real battle. It's not the same energy, and I don't feel the same when I watch it and when I look at it. So
That
not something I'll be really like interested in doing too much because I'm more like really competitive. I will really probably I'm not like
that shit ain't aggressive enough for you.
yeah,
Right.
it's not like yeah, and I'm more like
Yeah.
a lyrical dude. I'm gonna play my verses that's really coming at the person that I'm battling in a way,
Right.
and they trying to just play hit for hit. That's more like for industry dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the
Mm-hmm.
industry for a few years. I've been around for 20 years, and probably like 3 or 4 of those years, I had to deal with a major. But
hmm
for 16 or 17 of those other years, I've been independent. But still, people think I'm like an industry nigga because I be doing it on those levels. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I'm not an industry nigga. So all of the records that I've been putting out for the last 10, 15 years might not have been charting or might not have been hits like these do records because it was no machine and the type of budgets that was behind my original record. So I know how that work, and I don't think that'd be a thing for me. That's more
Right.
like a machine move. That's like an industry thing that they doing.
Tactic. Yeah, it's a tactic they're using right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, where did you
But
find your
don't get it
artistic
fucked up. Don't get
inspiration?
it fucked up though. With one thing's for sure, a lot of dudes be playing stuff that they just collaborated on. Might have did a verse
Right.
on. Producers be playing stuff that they don't produce. Like I'm a real producer. Like I said, I just dropped 11 records that's on all platforms that I produce. No samples. It's like all original music that I did from the muscle. So I did 100% of the beat and 100% of the writing, all me. So I'll be able to battle and play those. I got like 50 new songs that nobody never heard. Like I'm willing to battle with new songs like that we about to drop. Like let's play 20,
Okay.
20 new songs that nobody never heard and battle like that. That'd be more competitive if nobody never heard it. You know,
Hey, that'd be ill.
I'm
That'd be
ready.
ill.
I'm ready to do something like that. But you know, I got hits for days and I've been writing for days. I got a lot of features, a lot of records that charted. So I
hmm
could play those games too. You know what I'm saying? I could
Right.
push the button and play hit records too. So you know what I mean? We could do whatever niggas want. If the fans wanted that from me, then I'm always willing to do whatever the fans want. Like, cause I'm
Right.
always ready. I'm conditioned and I'm ready to go. So
Right.
So we got another question from the audience. They said, which album slash project is the one you are most proud of?
I love them all. When I dropped all of them projects, I was in a different space. I wasn't the same dude none of the times. When I was working on
Right.
my first album, I was still a teenager, just turning 20. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? I was like a young boy just getting a record deal, just learning the business. I was in a different place. When I dropped I'm a Hustler, it was a few years after that. So I was in a whole nother place and grown and more in the industry, seeing more paper, more parts of the world, seeing more things. Then I went to jail, almost got life for the death penalty. Then I was in an early fatal accident, had amnesia, suffered
Right.
brain damage. They told me I wasn't even going to be able to rap again. So I went through all that, and then I dropped the Bars album. So that
Bars,
in a
yeah.
different place. So it's
That's
like
my
every time
favorite.
I drop music, I be in a different place and be going through different things. And I've been around for so long. I came around when I was like a kid. So I actually became a man in the industry. So
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand that. So I'm not going to rap or do or have the same energy or just be in the same place every time you hear me. And I knew that. That's the reason why I called my first album Split Personality, to let people know, like, one minute you might see me doing a hotel type of song, but the next minute I might be doing the I'm a Hustler type of song. The next minute I might just be barring it out. Like I'm gonna be in different bags depending on
Right.
whatever happening at the time. And I knew that, so that's why I was letting people know. And so I can't really say what's my favorite project. I love them all because they all mean something different to me. You know what I
Right.
mean? My favorite project, if I had to pick one, like if I had to pick one, about to be the new one that I'm about to drop, because I advance the science every time I recreate, like I learn more. So I'm definitely able to do way more now than I was able to do when I was just starting. Like there's no
Mhm.
comparison to the level of the science that I know now. So
Mm-hmm.
new music is way better, in a way better space and on a higher level of the science. And I'm capable of doing it better because I got more practice and more experience. So I have to go with my new project, my Bars is Back album that's about to come, is my favorite.
Okay.
So we got a bunch of questions here. Let's get to some of these as well. Darnell Martin, he said, "Do you still work with Chubby Jag?"
Yeah, we still work. Chubby Jag working hard. He dropping a lot of music. Y'all can go on our platforms and type in his name and go to his social media and check out what he got going on. Um, Jag, that's my bro. You know what I'm saying? He came up with me, like, you know what I'm saying, working with me, grinding with me. So we always gonna have a relationship and be working and always a family. You know what I'm saying? That's never gonna stop. But we got some new music coming real soon too.
Dope. Yusef, he said, "Are you and Swiss still on speaking terms?"
Swiss is my family. Um, like I came up, I came up around Swiss. Like everything I lived in the industry was with Swiss, and vice versa. Swiss got lit and blew up and got it popping around me. So it's like we family. It's deeper than the business. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we definitely on speaking terms. That's my brother. We was actually supposed to recently drop a project called The Crook and the Thief. Um, we was working on a lot of records. We got a lot of new records done that people never heard. But um, I think the direction and the direction that we was in was a little, it was fire,
Opposite.
but it was like a little, it just was a little like dated to what is going on and what we got going on now. I think that's probably why we didn't go with it, because it
Okay.
wasn't, you know what
It's
I
a
mean? Like
personal
if
decision. Yeah.
we made history before and then we take this long of a break and when we come back, you gotta make even more history, or at least do it the same as you did it back in the day. But it's gonna have to be better to make the same history nowadays. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really want to do. I don't want to just get in there and just say we work. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta make history and take it to a whole nother level, or else, you know what I mean, it ain't even worth it. But we
Right.
definitely
The chemistry.
terms. That's my brother. TD Father was my first man. Well, my manager that I was around at that time when I got my first record deal, and all through those times. Um, I'm cool with Swiss whole family. Like that's my family. Like we got a relationship. That's my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if we never do music again or never
It's
speak
still
again,
love.
still my brother. Like, I don't got to speak to that man for 50 years, and when we see each other, it's going to still be the same because it's deeper than rap with me and him. You know what I'm saying? And we got connections that's deeper than just me and him and music.
Hmm.
Chantel Kelly, she said, "Do you think hip hop is dead or alive? Do you think it's coming back stronger than it ever was before?"
I just want the people, hold up, not that to add on to that last question. I just want the people to know that this is a business. All of these people with record deals and with situations, they are in a business. They have a job to do and they got certain things to do. And the last thing that they dare to do is to blow up an independent nigga like me. Like 100% of my money come to me. Everything I do, I'm in control of. I'm my own
Right.
boss. I could decide whatever I want to do. Nobody can't force me to go on no promo tour, to pick up no phone, to do nothing. Everything I
Right.
do is from the muscle because I'm independent, so I'm in control of my own future. You know what I'm saying? But the last thing that that business will want to do is help me. Why would they do that? They're not going to benefit from it. They don't got their hands in my money. They're not going
Right.
to be able to rate me and get everything out of me. So the last thing that they would want to do is promote somebody like me. They would rather promote people that they got their hands in, that they getting money from, that they raping and robbing. If I promote
Right.
them and make them bigger, I'm gonna get more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to work them. I got relationships with them. If I need them, I could use them. I know how I can manipulate these people, but I know how strong he is. I already know how he was rocking when he was a teenager. So I
Hmm.
definitely know now, as at this age, at this level he at, it's going to be real hard to do something like that. So
Right.
I just want people to understand the reason why people might hear my lyrics and see that I'm the dopest, I'm the nicest. They never heard nothing like that in their life, but don't understand why all the industry niggas not posting it or promoting it or screaming it out. It's like the more I'm grinding, the more you're gonna see, or you starting to gradually see more niggas open up. But it's
Yeah.
gonna take time. You're gonna have to build up the momentum because that's all they ride with is momentum,
Hmm.
industry momentum, the mainstream momentum. That's all they ride off, and that's all they feed off of.
The wave.
But I
They
don't do
call it the wave.
I don't do that for them. I do that for my core audience, my fan base that's been holding me down forever. And those people is truly satisfied with me. And nobody else in the industry will be able to satisfy those people. And those are the people that I'm most focused on. It don't matter
Right.
if it was 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people, or 1,000,000 people. 1,000,000 people is a little bit of people in the world compared to the billions of people that's in the world. So if you only got 1,000,000 fans, it seems like a little bit of people. But if you got 1,000,000 loyal fans, imagine if you got 1,000,000 people
Right.
that's spending, just say you got 1,000,000 people spending $1,000 a year on you. Imagine how
Yeah,
much money you would be worth. You don't need
Hmm.
yeah,
billions of people. Why would I need billions of people? Or imagine if I had 100,000 people spending $10,000 a year on me, or 5,000 or $1,000 a year on me. The type of
Work
money
your core.
you'll be able to generate and the things you'll be able to do. But
Work your core audience.
it's a big
right.
business, and they want you to believe that you need billions of fans and billions of people listening to your songs and millions
Hmm.
of followers and millions of downloads and millions of likes. They make you think you need that because
Right.
when that type of business you do, you get a little small piece of percentage. So for everybody to try to make money, you do need billions of people. You know what I'm saying? But if you do this shit from the muscle and you don't got a bunch of hands in the pot, then you don't really need
Right.
that much fans. All you need to do is be consistent and really be true to the culture.
Hmm. Smart man.
So we got more questions here. They ask, could you see yourself developing or managing any unsigned artists?
I've been doing that since the beginning of my career. All of the dudes that you seen around me pretty much was unsigned artists and up and coming dudes that I done school put on, gave information, and worked with and helped get in position. I've been doing that since the beginning of time. Even with dudes that's on now and real established, like me and French Montana went live the other day and we was talking about that. Like
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen that one.
early in his career when he was on the rise, um, we used to have a relationship and he asked me to jump on some record and put some song together for him. And I did that way back in the day. And we used to have a relationship in the studio. We was working. So to see him blow, be like one of the biggest stars in the world, and I could remember that, you know what I mean? But it's like hundreds of artists that's that I don't work with, gave information that I didn't help. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really interested in managing artists because there's not a lot of money in it. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's a shiesty business. So you would have to manage an artist in a shiesty business. And the artist will most of the time hold the manager responsible for a lot of things that's happening. So I'm
Right.
not really interested in managing artists, but I do got a production company, and I am willing to work with artists creatively. Like I want artists
Okay.
to be the best that they could be. And I will teach the business, but I don't want to manage you through it. I want you to know the business enough to be able to manage yourself.
All right.
That's what's up. And that's well needed. We got another question here from you, Luda Taylor. He said, "Did you have a chance to meet Fred the Godson? If so, what was your favorite memory of him?"
Yeah, actually, Fred the Godson is. We did a couple records. You have to look it up. One of the
Yeah.
records is called Home Music.
Yeah.
It's a record that he jumped on with me. I threw him on the remix of That's a record. Is a real big record that we shot a video to. Me and Fred Money. It's actually at like 12 or 13 million views on YouTube. It's a huge record. But I threw him on the remix of that. It's a lot of people on it. Dave East, Vado, Mano, Uncle Murder. It was like a lot of Papoose, um, J.R. Ryder. Uh, I'm leaving people out, but there was a lot of people on the record. But Fred the Godson was on that too. So
Right.
we actually did records together. We worked together and was in the studio a few times, and we definitely had a relationship. And I respected him because he was always a dude that cared about bars more than
Mm-hmm.
anything else. He was always like competitive and cared about bars and putting shit together that was difficult. And he would take the time and focus and not try to use any cheat codes and just try to be successful off of low
Mm-hmm.
shit. He really cared about the culture. So that's why I
Right.
respected him.
Rest in peace to that man.
For
Right.
sure, for sure.
Okay, so we got another question here. Question is, if you're number one with the bars, who do you
I think sorry,
to?
not to cut you off, but to add on to that last question, Fred the
Sure.
God, I think he was underrated because he didn't have like a big machine behind him for the whole
Mm-hmm.
world to realize what he was capable of all at the same time. Like
Mm-hmm.
people
Yeah,
got
I
a chance to
agree.
hear about him, but everybody was on a different timeline. So I
Right.
feel like he'll be like one of the artists that's like a big L that people will respect like after he gone. Um
Yeah.
People will start putting
Yeah,
together
I agree.
like his music and you'll start to hear how nice he was. And when
Mm-hmm.
bars coming back now. So now that bars is back, people will start doing their research and studying and they'll understand how dope he was later. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I think he'll be like, yo, he should have been bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? The same with
Mm-hmm.
Big L. Like, he was
Right.
around. He didn't get
Mhm.
all of the credibility that he get now. You know what I mean? It
Right.
was like a struggle for him to find his position when he was grinding. You know what I mean? Because people ain't understand what he was doing at the time. It was like a little
Mm-hmm.
before his time. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Like pun.
But once
Yeah,
people once people caught up and then they look back on it, then they like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right. So the question was, if you're number one with the bars, who do you consider number two?
Um, that's hard. I mean, people that I used to have high up on my list, I done been in the studio and wrote for, gave bars and ideas, and seeing that they got teams of people that's been writing for them and responsible for their lyrics, and a lot of the ideas that I thought was the dopest shit in the world wasn't even their idea. So when you
Right.
like that, it's hard to say who number two. And I never really seen a machine like me that do 100% of everything like me and on the level that I do it on. So it'll be hard to pick a number two. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're just talking about all concerning bars, like just
Yeah,
strict
we talk about bars.
it,
Right.
it'll be hard to pick a number two. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely some dudes that get busy, but it'd just be hard for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many dudes that get busy for so many different reasons. Some
Right.
dudes use more figurative language and piece up more syllables, but might not say like real shit,
Right.
like free shit
Right.
that I could really believe in, like, you know what I mean, but that they word structure and they figurative language might be better. Or you got a dude that might not use that much figurative language, but the shit that he say is real, and you could tell like he either went through something or was around some niggas that went through something or something. Like, you know what I mean? He just say that shit a
You
certain way.
feel that shit.
You know what I mean? Or you got certain niggas that, you know what I mean, might be dope lyrically, but don't got no real voice and can't flow to the beat that good. Or you might got a dude that can flow to the beat crazy and be piecing up, but can only ride certain beats per minute. Like he only could do boom bap beats. But if it's like a double time new type of beat, he can never ride that. Like, you know what I mean? You got dudes like a newer dude that might only do double time beats, and he might sound nasty on that. But you slow it down and put him on a boom bap beat, he sound horrible. So that's the reasons. There's so many reasons beyond it that I can't really just pick a number two. And I'm not sure what everybody is responsible for because I'm not all around them. Like I only know what I do and what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The next question: would you battle Jazz the Rapper?
And to add on to that last question, I know I do that a lot, but I just be wanting people to understand. Like even if y'all was to ask y'all to pick y'all top five, I'm pretty sure a couple of them people that y'all name in your top five, I'm gonna be like for sure that I wrote for, or I know people that wrote for them, or they don't write 100% of their shit. They got wild writers, or I know who's responsible for a lot of them ideas. And the songs that's in y'all head, the reason why y'all put that artist in your top five, they not even responsible for that. So with me knowing that, it's hard for me to be a fan like the normal fan that's not that got as much information as me. Some people think I be just hating, or I just it's not that. It's just I got more information than the average person.
You informed.
For sure.
Right. So the question was, would you battle Jazz the Rapper?
It's like Jazz the Rapper. It's like I don't want to battle a girl. It's like period. But like I said, when people offer me the money that I want, I let them pick. So if they would have picked Jazz the Rapper, then it would have been what it was. But I don't really think nobody really interested in that. I don't really think that's like something I'm interested in. I don't know. I never even thought about that. Like that's a weird question. Like,
right.
I'm battling Jazz the Rapper. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to Jazz the Rapper. She been around for a minute. As far as
she dope.
As far as the girl battle rappers, she like one of the more
she dope
ones. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to battle Jazz the Rapper. Like, nah.
Right. I'd be like picking on her, man.
And if I do win, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like with these battle rappers, it's like if you win, you know you're gonna win. But it's like if you win, it's like so what? It's like what are you accomplishing?
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to beat them. It's like it's not really an accomplishment for me. I don't feel like I'm doing nothing by doing that. So it's like I don't want to.
Right.
So here goes another question. Luda Taylor, he says, do you believe that Nicki Minaj writes all of her lyrics? Honestly, he believed that ransom when he said he wrote for her before.
Nah.
I don't got a relationship with Nicki Minaj, so I wouldn't be able to comment on that. I never even been in the Nicki Minaj session, so I couldn't comment on that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I guess her friends and the people that follow her would know a little bit better than me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know.
Right.
And
I can say no.
Okay. You said
it's like I'm not, like see
you ain't got to.
One thing I do, like I said, if y'all was to name your top 5 rappers, I would know. Like for them, and if I wrote for them, but I wouldn't say it. Like I've been writing for dudes since the beginning of time, but you don't really hear me like really saying it or exposing people or like trying to put their business out there because it's a business. And I understand everybody not in it for the same reasons as me. Some people in it for a bag. And there's way to a bag, and sometimes you gotta put a team together. You might not be responsible for everything. So I'm not knocking them. That's how they get to it, and that's what they do. I'm
Like
not.
I don't really,
Right.
I
like
just
I don't really put none of these new rappers in my top five. I'm more like locks and type shit like that. Like these new niggas got a whole different type of machine and different vibe to them. You know, they
I
ain't about
just
no bars.
yeah, I just want the people to be aware that what's going on. Like not really trying to expose an individual person, just to let people know the type of stuff that was going on. I did a record called The Four Elements. The first record
Mm-hmm.
that was ever released, a hit, a hot Sugar Hill Gang, that was ghostwritten. People don't know that. So hip hop started off like that. They think like they trying to say this person or call out new dudes that just came out in the 2000s. And it's like, yo, that shit been going on since the beginning of time.
Right.
Some of my
Okay.
favorite old school songs on hip hop was ghostwritten, like The Vapors.
Mhm.
That's like one of my favorite songs that inspired me to want to rap, and that was ghostwritten. But people don't really know the history of hip hop and how it really go and how this shit work. So I'm not mad at people. I'm not here to like say, yo, I wrote for this nigga, I did that, I gave him this line, I gave him this idea. Like, nah, that's not what I'm here for. But I just want them to know. I just want the artists that I did it for to know. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
they responding and they put me in a certain place because they know what I'm capable of and they know the work I put in and what I did
Right.
and what I can still do. Like a lot of people be talking about what they did and they do got a
Mhm.
crazy resume, but it's over. They don't do nothing no more. They can't even rap no more. It's like they're an old school
Mm-hmm.
rapper that's over with. So it's like, yeah, back in the 80s or the 90s or whatever, you made history, you did all this, and now we just reminiscing in the interview. But it's not with me. Like I just dropped a song like a couple days ago. Now I drop songs every week. I got new music on all platforms, and it's the greatest bars in the world. Like nobody doing the science like that or doing concepts like that. Nobody riding as many beats per minute and nobody this consistent. So I'm talking about it now, not back in the day 20 years ago. And let's
Mm-hmm.
come back to show dudes and encourage dudes to do. Get on a job. You want to be the best rapper and you want to be nice. You want to earn millions of dollars. You got to put in that type of work. Everybody else in every other business that's generating some type of money working hard as a bitch. Even niggas
Mm-hmm.
that's in minimum wage working 8 hours a day. So how the fuck you expect to just write one rap every month or you got a couple verses and expect to just say that and go get a deal and make millions? It's like
Mm-hmm.
niggas don't even be working hard enough. Niggas don't even
Practice
do
their craft.
nothing hard enough to deserve to get nothing. But expect
Yeah.
they think this shit is an easy way to money. It's like they was manipulated for years by hearing artists that wasn't too talented. So they think like, yo, if he could do it, I could do it. And that's what's encouraging
Yep.
everybody to think that they could get in the business. But that's
I
all
agree.
manipulation from the business. That's not really the coaching and that's not real. That's just manipulation. And that's why it's billions of people thinking that they could rap when they're not supposed to be. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people are
It's a
supposed
crowded market.
to do other things.
So let me ask you a question. What kind of advice would you give up any upcoming artists, whether they're in rap or pop or whatever the case they're in? What kind of advice would you give them?
The best advice I could give you is learn the business first. Everybody just see the business and see success and just want that, but
Education.
don't know how to get there at all. They think they just gonna work on their dancing or they singing, and somebody just gonna come give it to them, and they just gonna just get it like a lottery ticket. But they ain't gonna have to learn none of the steps or nothing. They just gonna be so hot that somebody just gonna come give them a situation.
Yeah.
That's not how
Yeah.
this shit work. And if you rely on that to happen, that's how you're gonna get robbed because you're gonna always rely on somebody to tell you what to do. Management, whoever put you in your situation, lawyers, and people gonna be
Mm-hmm.
telling you whatever, and you're not gonna know what to do. So you're gonna be in a bad situation. Why get
Can't
into
take the shortcuts.
know nothing about? It's like so. The first thing to do is learn the business and learn what you getting in it for. Two reasons. If you in it for the culture or if you in it for the business. If you in it for the culture, then make 100% of your decisions based off that. Like, and if you in it for the business, then make 100% of your decisions based off that and get to the bag. You know
Right.
what I mean? But that's where the confusion come in at because the fans think that everybody is in it for both, and that's not true. Some people just in it for the bag. They don't give a fuck about the culture. If they had a
Yeah.
decision
Mm-hmm.
where they could fuck the whole culture up but make the biggest bag, some people ain't even gonna think. They just gonna take the biggest bag.
Mm-hmm.
not even a blink of an eye, they just gonna take the biggest bag because that's all they in it for. But some
Mm-hmm.
people give a fuck about the culture. Some people might take the biggest bag, but at least they're gonna think. They're gonna feel bad about taking the biggest bag. They might have to meditate over it. And then there's some dudes that'll never take the biggest bag to fuck up the culture. They don't give a fuck. They like, I would never destroy the culture. I don't give a fuck how much money you give me. And there's some people
Integrity.
like that. But you need to figure out what you in it for. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that'll help you make the best decisions in anything in the business. Like, whenever you come to sign a deal or make a decision on how you want to look, dress, act, be, all those decisions will be easier to make if you figure out what you in it for.
Great advice.
Yeah, that was great advice. Great, great, great. So would you give that same advice to a female as well?
For sure, for sure. Even more to a female. Even more. You know what I'm saying? Because a female is a harder artist to deal with. It take more to develop a female. Like, just period. A female in life is just require more. Female is the queen of the.
Attention, yeah.
It just
Hmm.
require more, and that's what the men was put here to do. To do that.
Facts.
That's why we made like how we made. That's why we stronger and made and is how he is because that's what we made to do. So it's like um it's harder to work with women. You know what I'm saying? They gotta look a certain way, they gotta be a certain way, they gotta sound a certain way. So it's
Mm-hmm.
harder for a woman to get to the place that she want to be. So with that being said, she need to learn the business even more because not only will you have to deal with the shiesty people and the stuff that a man will have to deal with, but you also gonna have to deal with um whether you attractive and everybody want to sleep with you or
Mm-hmm.
you're not attractive enough and not enough people want to sleep with you, so they not giving you attention like they would give another girl. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things girls got to deal with in this business, and it's a lot. So the best thing for you is to at least know the business and know when somebody trying to get over on you or when they got this idea, when they got this, and you'll be able to move the best way and make the best decisions yourself if you know the business and know what you in it for. Because if you in it for a bag, like some girls make decisions on the street, they in it for a bag. They'll strip, they might be prostitutes, they might do anything for the bag at the time. And that's the only
Mm-hmm.
thing they in it for is the bag. So if you get in the industry with that same mentality, then have the same mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pop niggas that's gonna put you in position. Strip if you need to. Get naked on camera if you have to. Do whatever you want because that's what you in it for. Don't
Right.
feel like you gotta think about whether you should do it or not because that's what you in it for the business and you did it before this. But if you went
Mm-hmm.
straight for the culture, then don't just start stripping and try and show your pussy and jeopardize what you really in it for just because
Right.
you think other girls doing it and you think somebody told you that's what you need to do to win. No, that's not really what you need to do to win. So you got to understand what you in it for. Is it for the culture and the business and understand the business first, male or female, little
Mm-hmm.
kid, older person, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. Doe, did you have a question for him?
Nah, man. I just appreciate. Thank y'all for having me, man. And I appreciate the knowledge that you put on us tonight, man.
Now, I thank y'all for having me as well, man. Whenever y'all need me again, just hit us back, man. I'm here.
So look, we're
Appreciate you.
gonna let this. I'm gonna give you this time to give out anybody you want to shout out, family, friends, whoever.
Shout out everybody out there that's been holding me down my whole career. And everybody listening, go to my webpage. It's www.CassidyTheHustler.com. And that's DAHUSTLA, CassidyTheHustler.com. That's my webpage. It got my videos, my new videos, and all of my merchandise. My GOAT gear, my bars is back gear, hoodies, jackets, t-shirts, uh, long sleeve shirts, dad hats, snapbacks. We even got Corona masks. We got them right here. So go online and order yours right now. www.CassidyTheHustler.com. I'm on all platforms, so all you got to do is go on whatever platform you got and type in Cassidy, and all my new music gonna pop up. And follow me on social media so you can stay in tune with everything that I got going on. And on social media, I'm releasing new unreleased music every day. So it's best to follow me and stay in tune with how to coach you about the shit. And that's Cassidy_Larceny, LARSINY. I got the blue check so you know it's official. And anybody trying to do business features or any type of business that you're trying to do concerning the bag, you could get with me at shitlitty@gmail. SHITLITTY@gmail.
Dope. Well, Cassidy, I want to thank you for coming and gracing the culture platform with your presence. I mean, it was an honor to have the king of battle rap even
Thank
come on here. So thank you for that first and foremost. And hopefully we'll have you back if you're willing to come back. We sure would love to have you.
And I'm happy we learned a lot about this new platform, so we never had no issues again. This shit went smooth. The vocals is
Dope.
better, so y'all know from this point on, any other things y'all do, y'all have it on this platform, it always go better. So everything happened for a
That's true.
reason.
Right.
That's very true. Doe, did you want to give any shout outs before we close it up?
Hey, man. I just want to have everybody follow me on all social media platforms. It's the Doe Show. I'm on every Wednesday and Friday.
Don't forget his t-shirts. He got t-shirts too, you guys, and so do I. He got the Doe Show, and something for the culture shirt. So we got men shirts as well. So we're gonna see y'all the 22nd. On the 22nd, we have Positive K coming through. So y'all don't
Y'all
want to
know,
miss that.
y'all know I'm an influencer. Y'all got to send me some gear. I put it on. It's going to
I
fire.
got you.
We're
I
going to love
got
it.
you.
You know, I got my own clothing line, but I also support other people in the culture. So, you know,
And that's what we're supposed to do as
Right,
brothers and
right.
sisters. That's what we're supposed to do.
for sure, for sure.
So look, y'all have a good night, y'all, and we'll see y'all back again when we have Positive K.
Peace.